As clinicians, we hear it all the time. Clients come in and they talk about feeling anxious, worried, or on edge. Our challenge is, how do we take that feeling, that subjective experience, and turn it into data that can actually guide treatment? Today, we're going to dive into a tool that helps us measure anxiety in a way that's both fast and dependable. I am Dr. Hila Kaufman, a clinical psychologist here at NovoPsych, and I'm going to break down what the Generalized Anxiety Disorder Assessment, better known as the GAD-7, is all about, and share how you can use it in your own work to provide more precise, effective care for your clients. First, let's talk about what the GAD-7 actually is and how it works. It's a short, self-report questionnaire designed to screen for anxiety symptoms and give us a clear sense of how severe they are. Anxiety disorders have always been common in the clients I've worked with, and a recent review showed a lifetime prevalence of around 34%. They are often chronic, which is why we need good anxiety screening tools. Anyone working in the field has probably seen the GAD-7 countless times, but let's take a second to actually break it down. The GAD-7's 7 items are taken directly from the DSM criteria for generalized anxiety disorder. Clients are asked to think back over the past 2 weeks and rate on a simple 0 to 3 scale how often each symptom applied to them. It's straightforward, targeted, and gets right to the heart of what it feels like to live with anxiety. It usually takes about a minute to complete and is validated for use with both adolescents and adults. You might be wondering why the GAD-7 has become such a trusted tool in clinical practice. It was developed in 2006 by Spitzer and colleagues through rigorous research and is estimated to have been used in thousands of studies since then. Think of it like a really effective net. It catches most of the people who truly have generalized anxiety disorder while also doing a good job of ruling out those who don't. It's that balance of high sensitivity and strong specificity that what makes it so reliable. And research has shown that while it was designed to assess generalized anxiety disorder, it's also sensitive to related conditions like panic disorder, social anxiety, and even PTSD. And best of all, unlike some other well-known anxiety measures, the GAD-7 is in the public domain, which means there are no licensing fees or restrictions. It's free and accessible for anybody to use. The scoring for the GAD-7 is very simple. You simply add up the scores for the 7 questions and get a total score of between 0 and 21. This total translates into 4 severity levels ranging from minimal all the way up to severe. These categories give you a quick snapshot of where your client is right now. And here's an important cutoff. Scores of 10 or greater suggest the likely presence of generalized anxiety disorder and should alert the clinician that further evaluation is required. When we start tracking the GAD-7 scores session after session, that's where it becomes even more useful. I want to show you the scores from a client I'm going to call Jane. Jane was a 19-year-old coming for therapy for anxiety. She reported constantly worrying, difficulty concentrating, and trouble sleeping. We can see on the GAD-7 she was scoring in the severe range. Now, we worked together for a few sessions doing CBT, but as you can see, her scores got worse. Then, we identified family conflict as a key issue driving her distress. This was then addressed over the next few sessions, and then that's when we really saw progress. Clients love seeing their actual progress, and if administered via NovoPsych, these graphs are automatically created, making the GAD-7 even more useful. This is exactly what measurement-based care, or MBC for short, is all about, using validated tools like the GAD-7 not just once, but continuously to see whether treatment is helping. Tracking scores over time shows us and our clients when something isn't working as well as when change starts to happen. Here's a very helpful rule of thumb for interpreting changes between sessions. Based on something called the Reliable Change Index, or RCI, a shift to 6 points or more on the GAD-7 is what we consider clinically significant change. So for example, a little jump from 5 to an 8 between sessions, maybe not a huge deal, but a jump from 5 to 11 is something we need to act on. That's what helps us tell the difference between a meaningful change and just normal ups and downs. NovoPsych also gives you another really powerful layer of context: normative data. So for this client, for example, their score of 13 puts them in the 81st percentile for their age group. What that tells us, and what we can share with them, is that their anxiety symptoms are more severe than 81% of people their age. That can be eye-opening for clients. It puts their symptoms in context, helps with psychoeducation, and gives us another tool for shaping the treatment plan. So let's recap. The GAD-7 is a clinically powerful tool that is brief, usually takes about a minute to administer, is valid and reliable, and turns the subjective feelings of anxiety into data you can actually track. It's also a great tool for collaboration, whether with your client or with other providers. And for us as clinicians, it gives us confidence in the care we are delivering because we can ground our work in clear, measurable outcomes. It's important to remember that the GAD-7 is a fantastic screening tool to flag who might be struggling and how much, but it is not a diagnostic instrument on its own. That final judgment always rests on your clinical expertise and a more comprehensive evaluation. So, if you're already a NovoPsych user, I encourage you to see how the GAD-7 can sharpen your anxiety assessment. NovoPsych takes care of the admin side, remote administration, scoring, generating an interpretive report, and tracking the progress over time. So you can focus less on the paperwork and more on the clinical conversation that this data makes possible. And if you're all new to this, you can still explore all the GAD-7 resources on NovoPsych, or better yet, try it yourself by completing the GAD-7 and seeing how it works firsthand. So I will leave you with this to think about. How could bringing this kind of objective data into your sessions change the conversation about your client's anxiety?